down. This is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into a Wednesday episode of your favorite morning sports and sports betting brand. We call it Coaching Company. We are live on Stadium and everywhere the stadium lives. Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV. We're also on Vizio, LG. A ton of places available in over 100 million homes. Now, we've got an incredible day to come off of yesterday. I love a little 6-2 day. I love a bunch of green check marks all over the board. Look at Raphael, perfect. Our guy Peyton, perfect. Soupy, perfect. Oh no, looks like I've got to deal with a little something here in a second. Now, housekeeping, our schedule is always very, very busy. We have a podcast, 11:15 a.m. approximately, every single weekday to support the morning show. It's a ton of fun. It's just sports talk. It's not betting, just sports talk. Then don't forget, for all your wrestling needs, 2 to 4 Eastern time with your boy on SiriusXM, channel 156 every single day. And then, of course, if you haven't watched the latest episode of the Coach and Bro Show, you guys, it's our highest viewed episode ever. You guys are finding us. You guys are enjoying the fact that we are straightforward. We are honest. We tell it just like it is. Now, if you want to become a premium member, we are always doing premium pop-ups. They are nighttime shows. We do a lot of live betting. We just have a lot of fun. We tease each other. I'm telling you, it pays for itself in less than one bet. So come be a part of what we're doing. Also, we want you to rep the brand. We have brand new merch coming out, top of the year, first of the year. We have a ton of stuff trying to make something for every single person on the team. So a lot of changes that are coming up in the very near future. All right, when you come off a 6-2 day, you can't sit. You can't pat yourself on the back. You got to look forward. We have our NBA Showcase, 2 games tonight. We're looking forward to, on Wednesdays, we go back to school, the 4 playoff games. Can you believe it? It's already coming up on Friday, 1-3 on Saturday, and then, of course, our rants. Where are my guys going this morning? And for all of you out there, or for all of you out there, depending on where you live, Big Tommy C's here today. I'm seeing the DMs. All right, without further ado, it's time to beat the books. Wow. Did I jump the gun on the doorbell? Did I do that? All right, look who I have today, this motley crew. Now, I just teased him, and I can't stop the momentum. I can't stop it. We just have to embrace it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's our Northeast guy. He's our Knicks. Oh, no, for some reason he likes the Celtics. Oh. Say good morning to Big Tommy C. What's up, man?
What's happening, Coach? What's happening, fellas? The train keeps going. I'm ready to go today, and keep the DMs coming. I love it.
I'm telling you, one of these days, she's going to be coming in from off screen, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be UGLY. By the way, Tommy's still loving his Steelers -3 non-sweat.
I texted you, remember?
Yeah. Oh, I know you did. All right, next, he is the executive producer of one of the hottest shows in all of the sports betting land, BetMGM Tonight. Brando, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, company. It's too bad you're not a Knicks fan, Tommy. See, they won a fake trophy last night.
All right, next, he is our numbers guy for a reason. Is always busy for the brand. Say good morning to Raphael Esparza. Good morning, Raphael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. I am representing today because I bet wrestling.
Oh, let's go. It finally came in. Oh, that looks amazing. I bet wrestling. Oh, good. I would have thought the mamby-pamby, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, now, this man, and you guys all see it. He wears his heart on his sleeve. The good days, they're awesome. The bad days, we get the poo-poo face. Mikey P, good morning. Good morning.
That's a great morning. I don't even know what you would be referring to. I didn't see 2 red X's. I saw Wednesday. You know what, Coach? If I go 0-2, I got to go back to old reliable. So them Blue Hens of Delaware, let's go, baby.
Oh, the Blue Hens making an appearance. Oh, my God, against Louisville. The gift that just keeps on giving. All right. Mikey, it's great to see you're in a good mood today. All right. Coming up in about 6 minutes, by the way, we've got our day 17 in our 25 days to Coachmas. Can't wait to see the gifts this morning. But I have one very simple question. Oh, Brandon, you're like 3 seconds behind, big dog. Second week in a row. No shot. No.
Every time.
Every time. All right, Mikey P. I like you're standing on business. You're front and center. 0-2 means nothing to you. Best bets, go.
I'm not even going to break these bets down. Here's what I got. Vanderbilt -7.5. They're undefeated, taking on Memphis, who's, I think, 4-3 or 7-3. So give me Vanderbilt -7.5. And then Louisiana, Delaware over 61.5 points. The best part about college bowl games in December, when the team stays together, everyone just wants to score and have a good time. So let's break the scoreboard. Probably the most points Delaware will ever put up this year.
Yeah, keyword staying together. By the way, Mikey, did you say 4-3 or 7-3? I don't know.
Like 6-7. I don't know.
You threw them an extra 3 wins. All of a sudden, they just won 3 wins. We didn't even know it. All right, Mikey, good start. Now, he mentioned the team staying together. Interesting. Brandon, big dog, coming over to you. Your first play. Can't wait to hear the handicapping.
Yeah, I mean, look, you come off an 0-2 day and you go from all your Celtics gear to all your Minnesota Timberwolves gear. It's weird. All right, let's go to the college gridiron. Let's go USF -3 today against whoever the hell they're playing. USF
Old
-3.
Dominion.
Look,
Old Dominion.
I know, but Old Dominion, I mean, I didn't even know they were a school until they got into this bowl game. Look, Old Dominion, they do one thing well. They run the ball. But what does USF do really, really well, ranked 24th in the country this year? They defend the run. They're going to shut down Old Dominion. They're going to be able to score. I know neither quarterback is playing in this game, but USF, they cover the spread in this one, -3. And then let's go Detroit Red Wings money line versus the Utah Mammoth. The Utah Mammoth, they're like the Oprah of hockey. You get a point. You get a point. You get a point. So Alex DeBrincat to get a point is +140 along with the Detroit money line.
Yeah, they couldn't get over 6 last night, though, in Boston, however. But maybe tonight he'll score a goal. All right, I'm going to go next because we have sort of, I mean, it's a reach, but you can all say it with me a little. Okay. All right. Old Dominion, South Florida, under 53.5. Some places have a 52.5. It doesn't matter. Both starting quarterbacks are out. Reportedly, Byron Brown from South Florida is mulling his playing future. What are you mulling over? What are we talking about here? You're not even an NFL draft pick in the first 5-6 rounds. So they're going to score nothing. The starting quarterback, 3 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes in his career. The other guy has thrown 15 passes total ever. Give me the under. My God. Then the Cavs and the Bulls. Did I do it? Did I play 2 unders in a row? Under 242. The Cavs have started to scale it back just a little bit. The Bulls, they're in a lull right now. You give me a 240 plus on these 2 teams right now, we'll get to the 220s, but not the 240s. 2 check marks right there. All right, Big Tommy. I could always count on you to look forward to Thursday night football. What do you got?
Yeah, big night. This is this game could decide the West here, but I'm jumping on the Rams money line -110. Big Tommy CFAC. The Rams have won each of their last 10 games in December. This is a huge game, and you know what it comes down to, guys? Who do you trust more, Darnold or Stafford? And I trust Stafford, and I think the Rams will win this game.
Give me that fun fact one more time, Tommy.
The Rams have won each of their last 10 games in December.
Wow, that's strong right there. And Sam Darnold does not play well in December. We saw that last year. We saw it last week. I love that, Tommy. I love that play. All right, Raphael, big dog, bring us home.
We're to college basketball first. Give me Campbell and Gonzaga over 161. The Zags' last 6 games are averaging 90-plus points. They have scored 103 times this year. Make it 4 times against Campbell's Soup. I like to over at 161. And then Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. I'll take the 2.5. They know they're in a must-win situation pretty much all month of December, but they won 4 straight, and they will be able to run the ball. I have no trust in Delaware right now. Give me the Raging Cajuns -2.5.
Did you just hear the the slander, Mikey, of our Delaware Hens? Are you kidding me, Raphael? They're one of our squads. Them,
How many
Prairie
watch
View?
alongs? How many watch alongs did us three watch and they stunk?
Time out, coach. Time out. Prairie View A&M, dead to me. Four
Oh.
overtimes. You're supposed to stand on business. No.
Hey,
Nope.
one of these days you're going to get into that HBCU. It's going to happen. All right, it is December 17th, which means it's our 17th day. What gifts are we opening to Coachman? All right, everybody, look what we have here. Big Tommy C. What gift are you unwrapping this morning?
I got to tell you, Coach, I watched that game last night. I was texting you while we were watching it, and I am really impressed with the San Antonio Spurs. They're young, they're good, they have great players, and Wemby just knocks me out. This guy is just unbelievable. This is my gift to them in the NBA and the Western Conference because I think as we go along, they could play with the Thunder. They beat them to get in this cup. They're just going to get better, man. Castle, Harper, Fox. This is a good team. They have a good young coach, and this is my gift to everybody. Keep watching them. And also, Taylor Rooks ain't bad either, who's on Prime Amazon. Not bad. That's a gift, too. Taylor Rooks, not bad. Not good, but she looks good. I like her. Big fan.
Mikey P, big dog. We got to tighten it up on this one. Now, what do you got today? What are we unpacking?
Well, you know what, Coach? Thanks for calling me Big Dog because my gift to everyone today is what was announced yesterday. Snoop Dogg will be performing the Netflix halftime show between, wait for it, the Lions and Vikings. Because, yes, when I think about Detroit and Minnesota, Snoop is exactly who I want to think of. It's going to be COLD for the DOGG. So I love it. I'm just happy to see him still getting involved.
Yeah, he's going wherever the big paydays are. He's getting $500,000 per day to work the Olympics. Per day, Olympics. All right, Raphael, what are you unpacking this morning?
The gift of sports watching with strangers. Last night, went to a bar to watch a game just to get out of my routine. Met a guy named Dave. We sat there, watched 2 games. I know about his family, his friends, what's Christmas like. Why don't you step out, go out, watch a game of strangers, and you get to meet someone because of gift of sports.
I like that. Soft, SAWFT. All right, mine's very quick. I'm going to unwrap this one. Terrence Crawford. You're looking for something over the holidays to watch? Terrence Crawford announced his retirement yesterday. Go back and watch Crawford and Canelo. It was a virtuoso performance. 38 years old. He is done, but you can still unwrap the gift. Watch it with the fam. All right, I know, Brandon, yours isn't up there. I got 20 seconds. What gift are you unwrapping today?
Baker Mayfield against the Panthers, a 100.9 passer rating, 1,200 yards passing in just 5 games. And the last time that he faced him, he torched him for 5 touchdown passes. They play this weekend.
Maybe we do the over 1.5 touchdown passes as a best bet. You just never know. Gentlemen, your generosity knows no bounds. All right, we're just getting started here. We've got NBA Showcase. We got college football playoffs, and we have rants coming up next. It's Coach and Company, presented by Not Without Hope in theaters right now. Get your tickets right here.
Down for some deep sea fishing? Crack of dawn Saturday?
We're gonna be all right. We're 4 big, strong men.
Nicholas, it's Mom. I know you went out fishing this morning. This big storm's supposed to hit.
We have some men out in the open water.
4 men in the middle of a giant storm.
This is now a rescue mission.
No visual. Weather getting worse.
Captain, is my boy still alive?
Hope is the strongest thing that we have.
Hang on! All right, you degenerates. We continue on. By the way, we're doing did you guys see that duo that had been living at sea for 25 years? Did you guys see that story? Absolutely bananas. It's a true story. All right, topic number 1 today, guys. Mike McDaniel says that everything is on the line when it comes to his personnel, his team with the Dolphins after they just looked awful against the Steelers on Monday. Mikey, he says even benching Tua. Your thoughts?
Coach, I'm going to play into our little partnership here. Miami should go deep sea fishing. Not without hope. They might find a new quarterback because Tua is not it. I don't know how they're going to roll out Zach Wilson. So let's just do the smart thing and play Quinn Ewers. Give the rookie a chance.
Why not, Raphael?
Couldn't agree more. Tua was awful. He looked like Gabriel from the Cleveland. The left-handed throw took forever to get to the right receivers. I'd get rid of him.
Brandon.
Coach, sometimes a change of scenery could be good for a quarterback. And there's a certain team in Kansas City that might need a backup quarterback until theirs gets healthy. Tua might be a good spot since he runs the same type of offense.
Wouldn't hate that. Big Tommy.
Tua is just terrible, Coach. He needs to sit down. He makes bad decisions. He just gets himself into sacks. Terrible quarterback. Everybody thought this guy was going to be great. He has never panned out, guys, ever.
It's not at the level of Jamarcus Russell, certainly.
No.
But he got over $200 million. If you compare the dollars and cents of Jamarcus Russell, who's widely considered to be the biggest bust in the history of the NFL, certainly a top draft pick.
Yep.
This has got to be right there.
Yep.
I mean, he's $240 million they signed him to? My goodness. All right, we still have a lot to come here on the show. We're looking forward to college football. We're looking forward to our rants. By the way, Tommy, I just got a text, or excuse me, another DM asking what your Instagram handle is.
Oh, it's BTT_Tommy C.
Okay. I'll let them know. I do not want to turn my Instagram into your Instagram, if you don't mind. All right, it's time to get serious. Sort of. It's time for rants. Howie is watching. Always, we are back live on the Stadium Network in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Coming up in about 20 minutes from right now, or maybe 15 minutes or so, we dive in. Early look at the college football playoff games that are coming up. 1 on Friday, 3 on Saturday. Who's going to be the upset? Ole Miss, they get a home game. Maybe we'll have a rant on something on that as well. But every single week, for those of you that might be new to our brand, we had a very dear friend pass away in 2024. He's a legend in the sports business. He takes it so seriously that he would even want to come on the show as he was in dialysis with a needle in his arm, literally. And then he couldn't figure out his cell phone or his iPad. And that day turned into an F day, which turned into our Rant Wednesday.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first F day. Welcome to the first F day. Pardon me.
It's like he's still here. My goodness, do we miss him? Every year when the V Classic, or when the Jimmy V Classic comes around at Madison Square Garden, it always gets me because Howie loved that because Vital, he was Vital's right-hand guy, and he did all of the stats, all the research, everything for Dick Vital. And Dick Vital loved the Jimmy V Foundation. My goodness. All right, gentlemen, today is Rant Wednesday, where you can talk about anything sports adjacent that you want. So why don't we start in New York City? Big Tommy C. Big Dog, lead us off. One very simple question. What are you ranting on today?
You know, Coach, I want to talk about the Mets owner, Steve Cohen, because this guy's worth $23 billion. He bought the New York Mets. He's got Citi Field. He bought the property there. And he started out well. He stole Soto from the Yankees, right? Almost paid $800 million. Then he told the fans, you got to buy the tickets. They all bought the tickets. Well, we're another year into it, and look what he's done to the team already. They've gotten rid of Nimmo. They've gotten rid of Diaz. They've gotten rid of Alonso. They replaced him with Polanco at first, who's never played first in his life. And they gave him the moniker of King Cohen here. Is he a king or a fraud? No, he's very smart because he just got approved the casino and Hard Rock around Citi Field, and it's all about that. He is not about winning anymore. He saw the big picture. He saw the property. He saw everything, and it's all about the casino now. And if the Mets were an 83 team win last year, what are they with Polanco at first, who's never played first a day in his life? King or fraud? In my words, he's a fugazi. He's a fraud. He took the money and ran, and now you got to suffer.
Wow. Wow. Big Tommy. Strong.
Yep.
King Cohen, he's a fraud. All right. We go from New York to the NBA. Mikey, are they doing the right things? My question, what are you ranting on today?
Well, before the NBA Cup Finals last night, Adam Silver sat down with Taylor Rooks and talked about a plethora of topics, including expansion. And he said in 2026, we will have an answer on expansion. We're looking at two teams, two cities. Seattle and Las Vegas are in the lead. Let's do it right. Let's look at hockey. Utah Hockey Club for a year, and then they went to the Mammoth. If you're going to go back to Seattle, let's go back to Seattle, meaning the Supersonics. The same colors. I don't want the Seattle Space Needles, Adam Silver. And if you're going to go to Vegas, let's make sure that we don't play too hard into the betting mantra of Las Vegas. That's kind of a problem in your league right now, Adam Silver. So if you're going to do expansion, ignite basketball fans' love for the game back, bring back a team that was so beloved, and now they have nothing. And if you're going to try to capitalize in Las Vegas, do it the right way and don't feed into the city. Bring basketball to the city.
New York, Seattle. A lot of things being talked about this morning. The Venom coming out of little Mikey P. All right. So we go from the NBA to my guy, Brandon. Can't wait for this one. Brandon, what are you ranting on today?
Hot take artists, coach. And I'm not talking about guys like Chris Broussard, even though I could, or Nick Wright, even though I could, or LaShawn McCoy, even though I could. No, my eyes are set on Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd, what a perfect last name, Cowherd. Because that's all you do is go out there and you spew trash. You go out there and you talk one thing, and then when something else happens, you take that side of it, even though you were wrong about your original take. Bears start out 0-2. And what is your take? Oh, they hired the wrong coach. Oh, they've got the wrong quarterback. They made a mistake with Caleb Williams. They should have went out and got Jaden Daniels. And now that the Bears are 10-4, now that the Bears are going to win the division, like I said a month ago, you're out here. Ed Johnson's the best hire since Sean McVay. Shut up. You're an idiot. You 10 weeks ago, you had the exact opposite take, and now because it's going this way, now you want to have this. You can't have it both ways. You have a hot take, fine. But when you're wrong, admit that you're wrong. Instead of just taking the other side and making it like you're this genius who's like, now he's the best thing. 10 weeks ago, they had the wrong guy. You're a moron, Cowherd. Shut up.
New York, Seattle, LA. All in our rants today. Raphael, my guy, what are you ranting on today?
I'm going with boxing. I'm not taking a state. I'm just taking all boxers. Stop with the false retirements. Terrence Crawford, one of the GOATs, admit it. But he's going to step in the ring again. If Canelo gives him $100 million, you don't think they're going to have a rematch? How many times has Tyson Fury announced his retirement? 3 times. He's fighting Anthony Joshua next year. How many times has George Foreman retired? 3 times. How many times have we seen Floyd Mayweather in a ring, or a sanctioned fight? I lost count how many times Floyd Mayweather has fight. Boxers, just hang it up and completely hang it up. Take example of what we saw on Saturday. John Cena will never be in a ring again.
Seattle, New York, LA, Las Vegas. All in our rants today. But we end our rant Wednesday in little old Oxford, Mississippi, where nobody wanted to stay except for one guy who just did. Producer man, could you roll cut 1, please? All right, we don't have cut 1, but I'll tell you what it was going to be. It was going to be Joe Judge, the quarterback's coach for Ole Miss. He decided to sign an extension. He's the same guy that everybody said he's going to follow Lane Kiffin. to LSU. You see how far the LSU mountain has fallen already for Lane Kiffin? Nobody's talking about him. Everybody's talking about Ole Miss taking on Tulane. Everybody's talking about, I love being here. He was asked point blank in a pre-college football playoff meeting with the media. Why? He said, because I love it here. My family loves it here. Why would I go anywhere? And that should have been the press conference that Lane Kiffin had. Why would I go anywhere? This is what life has brought me right to this doorstep of playing for a national championship, potentially. It was so nice and refreshing to hear a coach answer a question without, oh, I've got to pray about it. Or, oh, I've got to think about it. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Sometimes in life, you get the position that you're supposed to be in. And in this instance, Joe Judge showed Lane Kiffin how you're supposed to get it done. Mikey, are you surprised that they would sign him to an extension? It's only 1 year, but it does show that they're willing to move on with some of the guys that Lane Kiffin already had.
No, I'm not surprised because at the end of the day, these college programs, as much as the world of college football and college sports as a whole is changing, it's about continuity. I can't even say it. Continuity. And I believe you send a message to the players of, hey, we're keeping some of this together. Let's keep some of you together and let's ride forward.
I really hope, Brandon, that as we get to the point where the football playoffs are over, that Ole Miss comes out of this better than they did before. And I think they've done a good job of letting all of the emotions die down. And now we're just focused on playing a game this weekend, which I think they're going to win.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I definitely think Ole Miss is going to win. I actually have them going all the way to the title game this year. I think that they are that talented. And not only that, but now you've got coaches that are starting to back them again. And I think that means a lot to this team, especially after what they had to go through with Lane Kiffin. And Ole Miss is just one of those teams where I think they've got a good draw, but I also think that they can pull off some upsets.
I think you're right. I think now that the coaches are in place and Raphael bringing Charlie Weiss Jr., the offensive coordinator, back as well, now I'm starting to feel pretty good about this team.
Yeah, and Ole Miss stole the running back coach from LSU, who's now going to be a head coach over there. I like what Judge did. He signed a 1 year because he was a hot name that people wanted to interview for head coaching jobs. So now he can do that next year. There could be some really big schools open next year.
Yeah, there really could be. There really could be. He has a big NFL background, a college background, and I like when he stands there, Tommy, and he stands on his business. He did not waver when the reporter's like, "Why would you do that?" And he was like, "Why would I not?" I want this to start being the new norm moving forward. I'm tired with the nonsense.
Yeah, he's a no-nonsense guy. When he was with the Giants, he took nothing from the press at all. He's a straight shooter. And, you got to bring Ole Miss back to, they had a big hit when Kiffin left. And I agree with Brandon. I think Ole Miss can go far. Joe Judge is a no-nonsense coach.
I'm so glad that his quarterback, as he is the quarterback's coach, has not done what everybody thought that he would. Can you imagine, guys, if he would have gone into the portal or taken a step back and not played for this football team like some people thought that he would step aside and go to LSU and play one more year when we don't even know if the NCAA is going to give him that extra year that he has to apply for. So it's absolutely incredible what they're doing, how they're rebounding from it all. And I think that this could turn out to be one of the coolest babyface moments, if you can call a team that we've ever had in college football, if they can win, like Brandon said, and go all the way to the finals. Now, speaking of the playoffs coming up on the other side, we're only halfway home. We've got to dive into all 4 games. 1, Alabama, Oklahoma. Give that to me on a Friday night. And then 3 more on Saturdays. We always go back to school here on Wednesdays. And also 2 NBA games tonight. We'll break those down in our NBA showcase. It's a glorious Wednesday right here at the brand. Turn on your notifications. That's all you need to do. This is Coaching Company Live, as always, right here on Stadium. All right, we say goodbye to Big Tommy. Love having him on. He's got to take care of a little business. But, gentlemen, We found out that Mr. Mendoza, our Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, who has a extra week off because his team has a bye, that Mikey, during the season, he turned off all of his social media except for YouTube and LinkedIn. I wonder what that LinkedIn account is all about right now.
Well, it definitely says Heisman Trophy winner. Watch me in December and January, coming to an NFL stadium near you. Fernando, I've got it all worked out for you. You're going to go to the NFL. You're going to play 10, 15 years, and then you're going to go be a coach, because I really do believe this kid has the energy and the passion and the love of the game that so many people are missing in today's era of sports. I can't wait to see what his future holds.
Do we really think he's going to be a really good NFL quarterback, though? Like when I see him, Brandon, he just doesn't have the build for a high-level NFL quarterback. Is it just me, or what do you think?
No, I think he's going to play 10 to 15 games before we realize that this guy was a really, really good college quarterback. That's just not going to pan out in the NFL. I watch his style. I watch the way he plays. I just don't think it's going to translate to the next level. I think he gets killed at the NFL level. And it's going to be interesting to see. I love the kid. I want to see him succeed. I just don't see it. I don't see it at the next level.
It feels like it's almost kind of a Tim Tebow type of situation. He's getting this cult following, Raphael, but when you look at him in his gear, it's like, really stringy arms and not a lot of. I'm with Brandon. I just don't think so. I got about 20 seconds for you.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a good NFL coach. I mean, NFL player. I think coach is probably something he looks at. But one thing, if he goes to the Raiders, he's going to get killed by the Raiders because they have no offensive line whatsoever.
It's going to be interesting to see, because somebody's going to draft him, if for no other reason than just to have a really good, positive voice in the locker room. There's value in that, who could also play a little bit. So I think he could be like a Chase Daniels, where he ends up having 10 years as a backup, makes $3 to $5 million a year. It's pretty nice living. All right, we're back live in just 5 seconds. All righty, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. This is Coaching Company. We are live on the Stadium Network and all the platforms where they reside. Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV, the list goes on and on. Do not forget, we have a lot more content throughout the day. We've got our podcast. We've got Off the Ropes on SiriusXM at 2 to 4 Eastern Time. And then, of course, the Coach and Bro Show on demand whenever you want. But we are now getting down to it. And the weeks just seem to fly by. And I was shocked when I looked last night preparing for the show, and I was like, man, those games are just in a couple of days. So it's time. Let's go back to school. All right, boys. Interesting first game coming up on Friday. It's a rematch from the regular season. And when you look at it, Mikey, and you're talking about Alabama and Oklahoma, two absolute blue blood programs, I'm super excited that they gave them the night to themselves. But it's going to be interesting to see how both teams decide to attack this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's not forget about the petty side of this, Coach. Oklahoma went to Tuscaloosa, beat Alabama on their home turf, and then tried to plant the flag. I still hate college football, got away with that. But now Alabama is going to Oklahoma, and you know those kids are going to be fired up. A game this tight, a game this close, I cannot wait to see it. I'm on Oklahoma here. That 40.5 is a bit of a yuck to me. So I'm staying away from it, but I'm Oklahoma here.
Wait a second. Gimmick infringement. You're taking my yuck for a 40.5? You just can't randomly throw yuck out there. It's got to be a legit yuck. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, it's a yuck, Coach, and it's gimmick infringement.
Raphael, interesting tactics by Mikey this morning as we come over to you. This is basically a pick'em, and when Alabama hosted, they obviously were the favorites, but Oklahoma with their defense felt like they were in control. I tend to lean with Mikey because I think the defense could be the factor and the home field advantage.
Yeah, defense just rules in this one. Oklahoma's defense just crushed Alabama. Their offensive line had no answers for the OU defense. But this game has no significant line movement. 50-50 going both ways. All the 4 games, nothing has moved in this one. It's going to be very interesting to see what the bettors do on Friday.
It will be interesting. Brandon, let me come over to you because a lot of fans will bet based off of brand and not because they watched 8 to 10 games of the year like we did. And this Alabama team is very inconsistent. That's just what they are. So what's your take on this game Friday night?
Well, let's talk to those fans, Coach, right? Because you want to bet on the brand, that's fine. But what have they been since they lost to Oklahoma just about 5 weeks ago? They went out and they beat the hell out of Eastern Illinois, but so did the 4 of us. And then they needed a late score to beat a bad Auburn team. And then they got waxed in the SEC title game. I don't think that this Alabama team is as good as even I thought that they were, because I do have a ticket from the preseason for Alabama to win the Natty. So I hope I'm wrong here, but I'm on John Mateer and Oklahoma in this game.
Wow. Would you care to tell us what that number is that you got it at?
It was plus 1,400.
Okay.
14 to 1.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Cash out now. Cash out now.
Is there a cash out?
There is no cash out.
That's very interesting. That tells you something right there. All right, let's flip it over to Saturday, because Saturday we start at noon Eastern time with the 10 seed Miami Hurricanes. Lot of drama there that Notre Dame didn't get in, but Miami, they did on the field beat them, if you want to go all the way back to the first game. And they're taking on a team that sailed through the regular season and then got beat by Texas, keeping them out of the SEC championship game, and that is Texas A&M. They are favored by 3.5 at home in College Station. Mikey, your take?
Well, Marcel Reed's going to have to step up. He played bad against Texas, and to me, this is all about offense. I know the Aggies have a good defense, but Carson Beck, Malachi Toney for the Hurricanes, Marcel Reed leading the charge for the Aggies. I like Texas A&M to cover here, and I believe this is going to be that game that Marcel Reed announces his arrival to the rest of the country.
There were those few games, Raphael, this year that Miami just didn't look like a really good football team. And I think of all the 12, they're the luckiest to be in, to be honest with you. Getting 3.5, is that too much? Not enough in your mind?
Yeah, and they look bad against the ACC, not the SEC. We're talking about SEC coming to your house. I am blown away. I do my own numbers every week, and I made this game 6.5 Texas A&M. It's a gift that keeps on giving every time I stare at the board, and there's 4 threes out there. I think A&M rolls.
Wow. Brandon, you agree with that?
Yeah, I do think A&M rolls. Look, they rush the passer better than any team that is in this college football playoff. Their defensive ends are ridiculous. Their defensive front 7 is pretty damn good. And Carson Beck, when he's under pressure, makes a ton of mistakes, makes a lot of bad decisions. So I like Texas A&M big in this one. I think that you probably take this one up over a touchdown to get some plus money.
Yeah, maybe an alternate line, maybe ladder it up, depending on what your book allows you to do. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Game number 3, 3:30 Eastern, and this is the game that everybody's got their eyes on. We're talking about Tulane, who still has a coach who's leaving to go to Florida, but it's all good with him. He just gave $100,000 on his way out the door. But now you've got Ole Miss. They've got their head coach. They now have their quarterbacks coach locked in. They have their offense coordinator coming back. So it seems like Lane Kiffin is out on an island all to himself. But look at the number, Mikey. Are you kidding me? 17.5. Your take?
Coach, sometimes you tell us to go with our gut here at the brand, and I'm going to go with my gut because I just love this game. I love the vibe around this game from both sides. Ole Miss program that wants to prove themselves and that they don't need Lane Kiffin. And on the other side, a Tulane team that wants to do it one last time for Coach Summerall. So I actually like Tulane to cover in this game. I like the over in this game. I think we're going to have a very entertaining, this might be the best game of the opening round.
I agree with that. I think it's going to be highly entertaining. And I think that it will be pedal to the metal, Raphael, just like Mikey said.
Yeah, the last 3 years, Tulane has been the best football team in the state of Louisiana. And I love me some plus 17.5, but I see a beatdown. I see Ole Miss winning by 30. I hate to say it. I'm a big Tulane fan. I just think Ole Miss shows the world that we don't need Lane Kiffin. and they win by 30.
They may want to make a statement, Brandon. They might want to do that.
I think Ole Miss does do that. Look, I think this is a close game in the first half, and then I think Ole Miss pulls away. I think they want Lane Kiffin to wish that he had stayed, and I think Tulane's all right, but I think Ole Miss going to send them back to their families.
To their families. Petty Machete, they could be family as well, all the way through. Now, game number 4. And this is going to be very, very interesting because I said when the brackets came out, there is no universe that James Madison should be on the same football field in a meaningful game. But that's, alas, what we have, Mikey. We've got the Oregon Ducks, and they have been beaten at home by Indiana. But they have a bigger number than what we just saw in the last game with Ole Miss. So 47.5 and a 20.5 point spread. That tells me they're expecting 34-13, something like that. Your take?
I think that's a great, accurate score prediction, Coach, because I believe that's exactly what we're going to see. Oregon will win this game by 3 touchdowns. We're not just talking about the college football playoff and James Madison making it. We're talking about JMU going to Eugene, where Indiana beat them. James Madison is not Indiana. Oregon will roll in this game.
Wow. Raphael, is this one too high?
Nope. I am calling the upset here. I am practicing my weekend rewind already. JMU beats Oregon. Oregon State has gone to Eugene many times and beat Oregon. Indiana has beat Oregon. You know who runs the same offense as Indiana? JMU does. I am not a fan of Oregon. I'm calling it upset right here. JMU money line plus 950.
Where did Signetti used to coach at?
JMU.
JMU.
Brandon, is Raphael out of his mind?
Raphael's on a Colin Coward type tape. He's going to pick Oregon next week to win the Natty. Look, when it came out, the money line minus 2,000, I actually thought that was the point spread for Oregon. There's no way that JMU competes in this game. They're just not. Look, they shouldn't be in the playoff. Sunbelt champion, AAC champion. They don't belong in the college football playoff. Oregon rolls.
I hate talking bad about the non-Power 4 team. And I know what the committee is trying to do. Let's set the table. Let's make sure everybody knows they got a chance if they play. But let's be honest, guys. This is supposed to be about the best 12 teams in the country. That's what we're supposed to do. Or the best 11 with one group of 5. And I think we've lost track of that. What?
What if JMU wins this game? Then all their narrative is out the window.
Okay, what if? But the reality of it, Raphael, is probably they won't. They won't. And when you see 47-12, you're like, well, that was a wasted game. That was a scrimmage. That's way more likely than I think your scenario is. But we're going to get to see it. We're going to get to see it. But I think that the committee needs to start, Mikey, quickly looking at the best teams instead of trying to place all these narratives and storylines when Tulane and James Madison are not 2 of the top 12 teams in the country.
They're not. And Cinderellas are a nice story. The problem with the college football playoff, it's nice to say, hey, we got 1. Are you getting 4? No, you're not getting 4. Because when Georgia and every other top 4 team is waiting for you, no matter where you go, you're going to get beat down. So Cinderella for a day is not worth what the playoff could make as a whole.
And I think sometimes we also forget. We'd like to talk about the NCAA tournament. There's been 116 ever beat, right? And we say, oh, it could happen. Look at Sweet 16 and beyond. It's always chalk. The best teams always rise. You never have an upset for the national championship in basketball. And that's way more likely, Brandon, 15 seconds, than in football, don't you think?
Yeah, you got to stop. I mean, would you rather see JMU versus Oregon or Texas or Notre Dame versus Oregon?
Raphael, you know what I'm going to do? What'd you say, Raph?
JMU.
All right, if they win on the field, I'm going to give away five pieces of merch on the Wheel of Doom. 5. Not 1, 5.
Oh, can't wait till Monday's show.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's for damn sure. That's why we do it. Love this stuff. All right, coming up on the other side, only 2 games on the NBA hardwood tonight. We break them both down in our NBA showcase. Also, we lock in all of our best bets. This is Coach and Company having fun on a Rant Wednesday here on Stadium. Come on back. Oh, boys, we got some drama in NorCal, as they call it out here on the West Coast. An angry fan sent an email to the head of the Warriors, Golden State Warriors. He responded, "Hey, we're all frustrated," and it leaked out. It got out, and Steve Kerr, Mikey, said, "Hey, we're all frustrated," because he's great at deflecting. Do you think it's an issue that the upper offices of the Golden State Warriors are responding to said emails in said way?
I feel bad for that man's inbox the day after. If one fan got through to him, how many ticker requests, autograph requests, can I meet Steph Curry requests is he getting now? But this may show where their focus is not, and that's on the court. They're not looking. They've had for 4 years now this dilemma with Jonathan Kuminga, and guess what, Coach? He's back on the trade block. This ownership group does not know what they're doing with an aging Warriors team.
Yeah, Raphael, it does kind of seem that way. We want to stay, with Steph Curry, but we also want to win basketball games. So what do we do?
Yeah, Mikey's 100%. Why are we talking about emails and tweets? And we should be talking about trades and how to improve the team, not worried about who sent an email, who sent a tweet out. How about improving your team?
Boom. Brandon, your take?
Yeah, look, the Mikey hit the nail on the head. I mean, you have an ownership group that doesn't know how to build around Steph Curry. They keep expecting magic to just happen. And look, Steph Curry's great. Steph Curry's one of the greatest of all time. But you have to build around him. He needs team around him. He needs people that can shoot around him and carry it whenever he has to take a day or two off. Like this ownership group is clueless. They don't know what they're doing. It's a bad state of affairs in Golden State.
I think what has happened also is that new arena, they've got to fill it. They've got all those skyboxes that the old arena did not have. So I think business has started to trump the team, and that's a problem. But that's maybe the one place where the fans never walk away no matter what also, and they can play into that. We're back live, guys, in 5 seconds. All right, game number 1 tonight. It's one of my best bets. I think it's going to go to the under, Cavs and Chicago in the Windy City, and it's appropriate. We have Mikey and Brandon on the show this morning. So I am we got some breaking news too. We'll get to that. Mikey, your Bulls have really been stumbling as of late. The Cavs not playing as fast as they could. You see the numbers up to 243.5, which I think is way too high. But what do you make of the spread as well?
Well, I don't want to take Brandon's Bulls away from him, so he can have that. The spread is interesting to me because there's no Evan Mobley in this game for Cleveland, who's out 2 to 4 weeks. Cleveland should roll in this game. But the Bulls, for as bad as they've been in their recent stretch, they're that team that will creep up on you. So that over is high. I'm going to go with you, Coach, and your best bet. I like the under here. That spread is just a little funky to me tonight.
Yeah, and Brandon, coming down to you, when I look at just the month of December, the Bulls have won 1 game, and that was at Charlotte. They've lost everything else. What do you make of your team right now?
Coach, remember when the Bulls started out like 5-0, 6-0, 7-0? This team was pretty damn fun to watch. But then they woke up and realized that they're the Chicago Bulls and this organization is what it is. Look, they're still going to be fun to watch. They still got some good pieces. They've got to get over some of these injury humps. Matas Buzelis is a dog. They are a team that could sneak up on you and surprise you from night to night. I just can't put my money on it anymore.
They just lost to the Pelicans and only scored 104 points. If that tells you anything, Raphael, that tells you anything.
Their three-point shooting has been awful lately. That's why I love the under at 243.5. I just don't see the Bulls putting up 110 points against Cleveland's defense, even though they're missing some guys. It's a bloodbath for Cleveland.
It only takes one bad quarter. When you have a total this high, it only takes one bad quarter and it's over. A lot more ways for the under to come in than the over to come in. All right, game number 2 tonight, and it's a team in Memphis that is starting to get their feet, their sea legs just a little bit, and they're going to a team that has your favorite player, Mikey, and we're talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, although Mr. Edwards hasn't had the start to the season that he would have liked. But what do you make of the game tonight, giving 7.5 and that moderate Total of 232.5.
I like the over, and I like Minnesota to cover here. Ja Morant questionable for this game. Anthony Edwards questionable for this game. So I might shed a tear before tip-off. But even without Anthony Edwards, I mean, you have Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert. Coach, on ESPN.com, the headline read, Santi Aldama and the Grizzlies travel to Minnesota. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like Minnesota minus 7.5. Thank you.
Brandon, your take.
Mikey, T-Wolves versus Celtics in the NBA Finals. Who do you root for?
Myself.
Oh, God. True.
Yeah, look, no Anthony Edwards in this game. If he's not playing, I start to lean with the Grizzlies just a little bit. I might even just bet them just in case these guys don't play, just to take a flyer and get that number where it's at, because once that comes out, that number will probably drop pretty drastically. So I like Memphis in this one.
Raphael, where do you think the number would go to?
For the odd point of view, we're waiting to see what Ja Morant. We're hearing he's not playing, and if I think he's not playing, then I think Edwards is not playing. So the number will probably just stay flat. This number right here is telling you both guys are not playing.
Okay, very, very good. Keep your eye on that throughout the day. All right, if you were not here at the start of the show, and I know many of you, you got lives, you got jobs, you got things to do. We get it. We're coming off a 6-2 day. We're fired up for 2 winning days in a row. So let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less. Just 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Brandon, start us off.
Let's go with a South Florida tonight against Old Dominion. -3. You get that at -105. That's a great number for USF, a USF team that is really good at stopping the run, the one thing that Old Dominion does well. And let's go to the ice. Detroit Red Wings money line, same game parlay against a Utah Mammoth. They love to give up points. They love to give up goals. Alex DeBrincat over a half a point, +140.
Raphael, you are up.
Campbell Gonzaga over 161 in college basketball. The Zags last 6 games, they're averaging 84 points a game. They're probably going to hit a century mark tonight against Campbell. And then give me college football. The Raging Cajuns, Louisiana Lafayette -2.5. I just think the run game is going to be too much for them. So I think they easily win this game.
By the way, you hit that Arizona last night perfectly. So I think tonight your analysis of Gonzaga will once again be perfect. Big Tommy C, he's on the Rams money line -110 on Thursday Night Football. He had a couple of fun facts at the start of the show, but the bottom line is this. Rams are the number 1 seed right now. They want to keep it that way. And if you can get a money line number at this with Sam Darnold under center, you take it. You take it. Rams for Big Tommy C. Mikey, you're up.
A little synergy with the brand here, Coach. It's going to be a long day in the DG household. Give me Vanderbilt -7.5 over the 4-5 Memphis Tigers. And then Louisiana, Delaware. I'm looking at you, Raphael. Don't hate on my man, Nick Minicucci. Give me the over 61.5 for the Blue Hens in their bowl game. Let's go, Delaware.
Wow. Can't believe we're getting Delaware shade on a Wednesday. All right, if you're going to cash with the coach, yeah, your screens are not deceiving you. I'm playing 2 unders, Old Dominion and South Florida. Prove me wrong. Under 53.5. Both quarterbacks out. One mulling his future. What? The other one in the transfer portal. What? You play at Old Dominion. And then I got the Cavs and the Bulls under 242. I see everybody in the chat. JC1 says the Bulls are terrible. Other people are saying, yeah, I'm going to be all over the Cavs tonight. That's why we do it. But I'm all over the under. All you got to do is have a 22-21 first quarter. We're good to go. Raphael, make me a little smarter.
We're going to the Orlando, Florida for the Cure Bowl. The South Florida Bulls have won each of the last 11 games as a favorite in the state of Florida.
Wow. Won the last 11 games as a favorite. I don't know how you find some of this stuff. Is this at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando? Is that the stadium? Are they still using it?
I do believe so. The Cure Bowl is at Citrus Bowl.
Yes. Yeah. The last time I was at the Citrus Bowl, do you know who was there to announce the attendance? Anyone? It was WrestleMania 2008. Ric Flair, the first retirement match, Raphael, the first announcement. I'm sorry, I love you from Shawn Michaels. Super kick, sweet chin music. And then it was over for the first of 5 times. But Kim Kardashian, we paid her $25 large to announce the attendance. And don't you know that she couldn't remember the number and had to have a cue card? Typical. Breaking news. Raphael, what do we got coming out of the NFL?
Tua is benched, and the rookie Quinn Ewers is going to be the starter. Now, is Tua ever play a game in Miami is probably the biggest question now.
Wow. By the way, who said to play Ewers on the show? Who said that?
Mikey did.
Clearly, they're watching the show. Clearly, Mike McDaniels sitting in his office this morning going, yeah, I like that Mikey P. Yeah, let's do that. Tua! And by the way, somebody in the chat says, I wasn't here, but now I am. Guess who said that? Not Shadir Sanders. Soupy. Soupy shows up for 2 minutes of the show. Thank you, Soupy. How about showing up on Tuesdays and Fridays one time? How about that? Did he go 2-0 yesterday, though?
He did. Yes.
My bad, dog. My bad. Boys, thank you very much. Producer man, give me that one shot. It's now time for you guys to go out into the world. Pay it forward. Don't forget 11:15 a.m. You just want a little sports talk while you're driving around. You can listen to audio, video, whatever you want. And then we got 2 to 4 Eastern time, all the wrestling talk you could ever want on SiriusXM channel 156, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 with your boy, and then Coach and Bro on demand. You don't want to miss Monday's episode, and then we'll be live tomorrow, 2 dominating hours right here on the Stadium Network. Coach and Company at 10, Coach and Bro at 11. In the meantime, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire team, damn it, do I love them all. Mikey, Raphael, Brandon, producer man. I'm the coach, trying to make this thing stay on the tracks. Coach and Company live on Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow.